Good evening. Um, yes, I just wanted to remind you that these readings are for entertainment purposes only. I'm curious and ask a bunch of questions, so I might as well put it on a recording and you guys get to hear it too, right? Fuck it. You get to hear my crazy stoner thoughts as I go through the process of figuring out Prince Harry and Meghan. So, with that being said, can we talk about the elephant in the room? And that is her saying that she was suicidal. I I never not take that serious. I think anytime anyone says that they're suicidal, I you're supposed to pay attention. And I think that's what was going on here. But let's talk about how Harry sort of acquiesced to the question when Oprah was asking her a question. I don't know why I have these stoner thoughts. I've been watching videos and other people talk about it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Oprah was asking her the question of, and she was going through the story about how she was suicidal and nobody would help her. And then she asked Harry, well, why didn't you help her? And he said, because he was embarrassed. Um, Either, like, what? Like, seriously, did he just bite a bullet for her by saying that? Just sort of like taking one for the team. I did pull cards on it, of course. But yeah, that was a burden to him for to actually say that because it makes him look stupid, sort of. Like, why didn't you help your wife when she was telling you she was suicidal? Why were do you not know if you want to save your wife or be protective of your wife? Did you not have the thought to be like, okay, you're in my world, this is my world, let's get you help? You know what I mean? And demand help. um and she shouldn't have been in a place where she was super suicidal. A lot of people are saying it wasn't true. She wasn't suicidal. She could have been suicidal, but as far as like being melodramatic about it, like the crying and all of that, that probably didn't take place. um I don't know, I wasn't there. We didn't see the whole thing, but a lot when you put the story together, it does make sense that she was not crying in the aisle. But who's to say that she wasn't like super depressed about the circumstances that's going on in the monarchy? She just happened to be like a little bit melodramatic about it. But she does believe that she was suicidal, and she probably was. She even said, like, I never felt this way before. And it's probably because like she just wasn't happy with the job that she took on. So I did pull some cards. You know what I mean? Yes, he cooperated with her, took a bullet for her, and and helped her tell this lie of her being um, crying and being suicidal. You know, while they were sitting in at that show at the, what was it, Circus Soleil or something like that. Um, yeah, he was saying he yes, he took the bullet for it. He is stable, but he helped her. And yes, it was a burden for him to say that, but he said it because he had to go along with the story type thing, if that makes sense. So he said these things, like with the three of Pentacles. He's cooperating with her because of possibly just the look or whatever. She said it, so I have to go along with it. Just like saying it in the saying the Canterbury thing, that they were married in the yard or whatever. It's being overspoken about. But yeah, what I'm saying is he was like just acquiescing to a bunch of her lies. Does that make sense to say acquiesce? He was helping her, and with a bunch of lies. Like, yes, she said that, and I'm wondering why. Did he not just want to make her look bad? And he just it feels like being in the public Prince Harry is like a barrel of dynamite. Like, you don't play with the dynamite. So he just goes along with it because he can't change the story. He didn't want to make her look bad. He didn't want to, you know what I mean? There was a lot of elements that was at play. But then he ended up looking back because he took the bullet, he bit the bullet for her. I'm just saying it didn't make sense at all that she didn't get help for her mental illness. Why did you not get help for your mental illness? If you're saying you're suicidal, why is he embarrassed and he can't talk to his family about it? That doesn't make sense to me either, when they're all sort of like, you know, sometimes heavy in a dark place because of the public eye and all the pressure and the scrutiny and yada yada. It only would make sense that, you know, they would find help for her. I kind of don't believe that story, that they would not find help when a person is saying that they are suicidal, or that, you know, wouldn't he, if he was like trying to protect his wife and the whole name of the game was for him to protect his wife, why wouldn't he go get help? Why was that embarrassing? That was a life or death situation. You can't just say I was embarrassed. You know, that doesn't sound right at all. So you bit the bullet, or you ain't got the sense God gave you. God bless you. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like he just bit the bullet because, like I said, being in a public eye and dealing with people and being under such heavy scrutiny, even sending flowers to the grandpa was like scrutinized, or saying happy birthday was scrutinized, or taking her kid to school was scrutinized. So, you know what I mean? It's like I said, a barrel of dynamite. Like, don't touch it, it might blow up. So you just like, you safely go around things. And I think that's what he did. It was like sort of safe for him to just go along with it. It was safe for him to just go along with, like, yeah, you know, I was embarrassed. He even looked to the left when he said it. It was like a weird, I'm just saying, like, stop making yourself look bad for another person. You know, like, decision making. Come on, people. I ain't the best at making decisions, but you know, this isn't, you're not teenagers anymore. You know, like, this isn't like elementary. Those should be real, like, smart answers. There should have been a smart answer there, and it felt like there wasn't. So, listen, stop taking bullets for each other or telling these lies when you could just genuinely just be authentic. And by the way, like, anything can be, we're in the age of technology. We're in the age of information. So anything can be looked up. So just go ahead and tell the truth. Go ahead and be authentic. If you're a good person, show it. You know, like, you don't, and why can't you just live a quiet life of, yeah. I've heard of the philanthropist that Harry's working with, but I never saw her before. You know what I mean? Like, she literally just stays to herself. You don't see those type of people out and about. They privately handle things, and they, you know, donate to charity, and then they have foundations and stuff like that. So yes, I think, you know, for me, the elephant in the room is, why would he give that answer of, I was embarrassed? Was it, for me, I felt like he just bit the bullet and took one for the team and just went along with the story. And I don't think that's a good idea for him to keep doing that with her. You know, even if he has to politely just not make her look bad, but just, I don't think that was correct. Or, you know, the palace had a very smart way of answering the question of racism, where they said, I don't recall the conversation going that way. So, you know, there are smart ways to answer truthfully instead of going with a whole entire lie. I'm not saying that she wasn't suicidal. I truly believe that she was suicidal. But the melodramatic part and the story to get you like caught into the story of woe is me, Megan, that's what that was. I don't think, a lot of it happened the way she sees it in her head. Or I could be wrong, but just watching and everybody putting the story together doesn't mean that the people that are putting the information together is wrong either. The information is available and out there, and of course they're going to have everybody's going to put the pieces together. A lot, because of the age of information, a lot of people are being caught in their lies. So what's the point of, you might as well just do things right, and stay out of the limelight. It was smart to privately send, a letter to your brother for his birthday or whatever's happening now, instead of, going into the putting it on camera for the public to see. People don't want to see you right now. They're actually, they do want to see you. They want to see every inch, every ounce, of what's going on. And then they'll like spread it all over the news and in the airways and on the internet and YouTube. So yeah, I feel like, for me, it was a silly question. And yeah, he did take one for the team. He helped her by saying that was the truth. But it wasn't the truth, and it did make him look a little bit like he was incompetent as far as like his family's safety. Why would you do that?